Moments ago, went through their usual pregame ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it? Game time!
And welcome to Game 7, everybody. Pre-game ritual, although there's nothing usual about a Game 7.
What time is it?
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Early edition.
Early edition.
What's up, man? I don't really have that energy. Really don't even want to be here. Don't want to do this. So the shit get monotonous, man.
Yeah.
It's like Groundhog's Day. I get tired of repeating myself. I stopped arguing online.
I'm just getting started.
I don't have the energy to invest in. I'm pissed.
I'm with you. Trust me, my mood been like you already see what I was on like pre going live. Like that's literally like where I'm at, man, and I gotta be cool because outside of my life I got a lot more than that to lose and other people that will lose from that.
See, that's my problem.
You see,
Why do I have to tame myself?
You don't have to. It just like you don't have to. It's just for me.
I do.
I mean,
See,
yeah, you do.
Let's get to it. I'm pissed.
Evening, bro.
I don't have them words no more. It's like I have to watch what I say, how I move, what I display. It's a constant trial. What am I supposed to do? How do I convey how pissed off I am without being hostile or a terrorist or a threat or a thug or a gangster?
I wouldn't worry about it. Me personally. Not
You
me.
have to. Because the consensus is if I lose it, I don't make it home.
That's the thing. You don't even have to not lose it to make it home. Like that's every time I leave the crib.
That's my point. I wake up and I have to move calculated off of just going to the grocery store, just getting into my car, just worrying if my insurance is up to date, just worrying if I'm in the wrong neighborhood, if I don't know, anything. I can't. It's to the point where you're not supposed to live in a certain neighborhood or have nice things, or you could be harassed just for your neighbor's call out because they're not familiar with you living there. Saw a video today of Brandon Marshall not being able to get into his community.
His gate moved into, and he's known. I mean, he's Brandon Marshall,
NFL player. So that's the part that's annoying. I'm not allowed as a basketball player, NFL player, regular Joe, FedEx driver, rapper, or none of that to A, have nice things, and B, be pissed off.
That's where it's at. That's where it's been, and probably even more now than then.
There's no benefit of the doubt. There is absolutely no room for error being black in America, past or present. They're still calling George Floyd a thug. They're still bringing up his past. The man dead.
Yeah. Yo,
And I hate to say it, but I don't want to have this conversation.
Right.
Like, I don't want to have this conversation. I'm tired of having this conversation. And people assume that you wake up race baiting. They assume you wake up playing the victim. They love to point them fingers and say and act like you're inciting the bullshit. But this is life.
And they know it. They know it, man.
I know they know.
They wouldn't be oblivious to it till it's a way they can twist the shit around to fit their narrative, which that's the shit I've been really arguing.
So what's the narrative? And that's what I'm trying to get to. What the fuck is the point of laughing or downplaying the severity of Black lives? Why is that so funny? Why the fuck is that such a joke? Why is it such a thing where they feel so comfortable to get online and say, shut up and fucking dribble, or he was this, or he was that, or we gonna go out and we're gonna defend properties today, start a Facebook group, so on and so forth. Like, what part of Black lives in this entire situation is what the fuck is the point? What's the end game for the narrative? I have to know. What the fuck is the point?
I don't know what the end game is, but I know the message to me is pretty much shut the fuck up, y'all don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, take what y'all get, man, and be cool with that, because we cool with it.
I guess
that's literally what I see when I see the laughing faces, when I see anything, any jokes, right, or anything other than it, when something else fucking matters, when we say Black Lives Matter, that's what I get from it.
So when I maneuver, just give you my days.
All right.
When I maneuver, I'm never sitting back thinking, I'm gonna avoid these white people because it's beneficial to me. No. If anything, I'm gonna say, you know what, shit. I hope, and mind you, I've said this before. I'm trained from the time I leave my house to disarm. I'm 6'4", tatted up. I know what I look like. Fuck this friend's hat. Fuck what I wear. Fuck the suit. Fuck the tie. Fuck the neighborhood. I know some people that have automatically, like, you know, they'll walk up to me and they say, "What? Hey, man, you play ball?" No, and listen, I'm fine with that. I'm tall, I get it, and I do play ball, but you know, I get it. I understand.
Fuck out my face.
I understand the lining of the silver lining of you in this neighborhood. You drive that car, you know what I mean, or you at this house, you play ball. You know. Okay, whatever. Conversation. I don't mind that. Don't mind that. But what part of your day says get them the fuck out of here? They bad for society, or fuck them, or you know, whatever. That's what I'm trying to get to.
You say what part of their day?
I'm saying if I'm a sheriff,
mm-hmm,
and my town is thriving off the backs of minorities or whites or whatever, if I'm cool with it. I don't care what your race is. That does not bother me. If you're black, white, Hispanic, whatever the fuck, and shit is good, you're doing your part, you ain't bothering no fucking body, you thriving, you working, taking care of your kid. That don't bother me. But there's certain people out there that just feel no matter what you do and how you maneuver, you're a threat. I have to know what mechanism and what end game or what end this goes on, because like, as I said, it's moving the goalpost. If a 17-year-old white boy can walk with an AR down the street and you give him a fucking bottle of water and it's cool, why are you then asking why this black man is walking to his car or walking away, or questioning, matter of fact, questioning what's in his hand before he shot 7 times? How does one get the benefit of the doubt and the other don't?
Good question. Same department too, same time.
So again, moving the goalposts. What's good for you got to be good for everybody. And I get tired because I know, and I hate coming on here and keep saying this shit. I know all cops ain't bad. Just like every black man ain't a fucking thug and a gangster, drug dealer, etc. So I know that. That shit goes without saying. Look around. I shouldn't have a healthy fear as a black man in America of a cop if I'm pulled over.
Yeah, you should. Damn right you should. Even though you shouldn't, man. It's fucked up to say you should, but just the way shit is, the way it is, you should.
Politically correct. Forget the politically correct. We know I should not. But given the extensive history, if I am pulled over, do I think the police are nice? Do I think they're good people? Do I think I'm getting off with a ticket? Or could this be my last ride? Have I not identified a fucking threat? Let me just put it to you this way. When we trained in the military, we trained to understand, and you know, it just is what it is. We trained to understand what a terrorist was looked like, what you know, viewed as. All right. We did all of that. You think you ready? Land in Afghanistan. First fucking 40 minutes I'm there. We see convoys of Afghan nationals riding about 10 deep. All of them got weapons. There's no uniform. There's no name tags. There's no red dots. There's no targets. They're Afghan nationals. And to me, they all look the same. And they all moved with big shit.
I bet.
Literally convoying vehicle after vehicle after vehicle, surrounded by mountains, desert. It ain't shit out there. And the first thing that came to my mind, day one, I couldn't tell you what one looked like if I wanted to. And if they ride past me and circle back around, they got me. And they right there again, and they right there again, and they right there again, and they right there again. And my point was, at that point, I realized that we was on their land. And what was going to happen was going to happen. But even with all of that, I could not point my weapon at them. Could not discharge my weapon. I couldn't just shoot because I felt the fucking threat. You forced to deal with it.
Yep.
You're forced to deal with it. And it sounds like the police identify a threat or go into a situation ready to fucking shoot and just shoot. We fit the description. So what I'm saying to you to back it up is, now as a black man in America, should I not identify the police badge and a police uniform as a threat to me?
Yeah.
Is that not right? And I'm only pointing this out for people that think that I'm just supposed to walk into or be in a situation with police officers and mammy my way out of that. I'm just supposed to coon and shuck and jive my way out of that. Yes, sir, yes. Oh, go home and comply. No, nigga. Why did you pull me over? Why are you stopping me?
I got too many stories of that type of shit. Even up until moving out here to Texas. You know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, people told me flat out, they was like, don't move to Texas. They racist, so on and so forth.
That's what I heard.
I haven't, you know, and mind you, the Sandra Bland situation, and I'm
still rest in peace.
I'm well versed on the Southern hospitality and shit like that. I get it. I've been in the military. I traveled around and so on and so forth. But that's everywhere for me. And that's my point. That is everywhere for us. It's all over. And I'm pissed. And I said it, you know, you wake up, it's only so many times It's only so many ways you can break down and break away from the stereotypes or maneuver throughout your day after day, week after week, time after time, attempting to pacify and disarm motherfuckers for your safety and to make them feel fucking comfortable. Me posting online somehow makes me hostile, a threat, all these other things to or I'm not gonna say mine, but to certain white people, because I'm voicing my reality that you see.
That they say they don't, though.
They see it.
But the shit out here is like, I tell like the shit out here is like I tell, not even story. I hate to say you tell stories. You tell realities of shit you actually went through and go through. And then they shoot back some bullshit story.
Man.
Of how they went through that. When it's like, it's nowhere fucking near, yo. That shit ain't touching this. Like you don't get it. You don't understand. Like, honestly, get the fuck out of here. Like you don't get it at all.
Hey, listen, I invite anybody on here. I don't care your I do not care your race, background, city. You got something to say, a story to tell. Come on. I will drop a link in your inbox right now. But this is where I'm at with it. I'm really on some shit where I'm pissed. And when we start shooting back, and I mean that wholeheartedly, that's not a metaphor. That's not an innuendo. That's not, I really truly mean that. Right now it's kneeling, looting, and you can go and point to black on black crime and so on and so forth. But the fact of the matter is, look the fuck around. Look the fuck around. It's hunting season. No, it's not everybody. No, it's not everywhere. But the fact that this shit is a daily routine and not daily lives, to the point where sports is interrupted or the news is interrupted, and people are still joking about it. Oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go watch baseball, or fuck it, I'm gonna turn on this reality show.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I dare any of y'all go to the ESPN comments of anything where they're postponing games and read and scroll through the comments. That's how bold they are. That's how bold they are. That's what they really fucking feel. Forget all. LeBron don't got no. LeBron has zero criminal record. Built schools, so on and so forth. Impeccable record. Can win you championships for all your fucking cities, and you would wear his jersey. But the second that man step up and say, "Hey, listen, enough is enough," you out your fucking body.
That's literally all he said was enough is enough. And they went ape shit. The MAGA hats was lit up. Set ablaze, pants on fire when he said enough is enough, which the fuck it is. I read all them comments, man. I seen all the videos. Like that shit is wild. But I'm not surprised. I know how y'all feel, man. Just be truthful, man. Like, just tell the truth.
Nah, fuck that truthful shit. Because the fact of the matter is, they do that shit because here's the consensus. They do it because they truly feel that they own you. Cut the bullshit. I can talk to you any kind of way, even if I don't own a team. As a fan, I own you. You play for my city, or whatever. This is the privilege and entitlement that I'm talking about. This is the shit that goes on. It's okay for you to play as long as you're entertaining me, as long as y'all killing each other, as long as so and so. Shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing worth shit. It's in our music. It's in our movies. It's in all of that. Fuck the positivity, whatever. We're good with slave movies. We're good with gangster music, trap music, drug shit and shit. But the second you have anything of substance, fuck that.
That's when you black and speak out as an athlete, man.
Right.
Because after that, on the other side of that, like how I shared the shit with y'all about Brian Urlacher punk ass and that shit he was talking about, and plenty other than white sports stars that say the shit they say. Scroll through them comments.
Fam.
And it ain't shut the fuck up and play or shut the fuck up and analyze. It's like, yeah, it's about time athletes speak up. So, like, what do you, like, it's right there in our face, bro.
Like the dude in the comments say, you're born with 2 strikes. Your skin is a threat. Not a gun, not a weapon, none of that, right?
Shout out Breezy.
So again, you're telling me I'm supposed to dim myself, quiet myself, silence myself to pacify your insecurities or to make you feel superior. Fuck that. The fact that I seen it do social media shit, bro. And mind you, if you look back at my timeline, I didn't say a fucking thing about George Floyd. I mean, not George Floyd, the last one, Jacob.
Blake.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. I didn't post shit. I'm not gonna say none, but I let it play out. I didn't say shit. As a matter of fact, I never posted the George Floyd video. I never said really shit about George Floyd either. On the podcast, I said what I needed to say. But as far as posting, I got to the point where I'm like, I'll say what I say on this platform. But I was so pissed, and this is kind of what I'm getting at. I damn near picked up my phone up and did a live video because I fuck the podcast, fuck the rest of this shit. I gotta get this shit off my chest. But I told myself I would only speak on this platform to get my point across. But as you can see, I couldn't. It was just too much. Y'all really gonna let this man walk around with an AR and call him a hero and start a GoFundMe? I can't get a GoFundMe for 50 grand for a business. Legitimate. Just call it like I see it. Now, if you want us to shut the fuck up and act like this shit ain't happening so it can keep going on, and you want to justify and bring up people's past, so on and so forth, or whatever the case is, all right, I know who you are. I know what you want. I know what the real shit is about. But don't be mad now because I'm pissed and I know other people are pissed. I've been peaceful. I've been chill.
I'm almost over that peaceful shit, bro.
That's where I'm at. I'm over it. I'm 1000% over the peaceful shit. I'm not even gonna front.
I'm over it.
Call it anger, call it frustration, or whatever. I'm telling you that my day-to-day literally consists of moving and maneuvering in a way, not just with your hair, with your beard, with the clothes you wear, don't wear this hoodie, don't do this, don't go here, make sure my day should not consist of being calculated to go get fucking milk or go to my job. I can't even tell you how many times, and I know other people understand it, driving and being like, bro, I'm just on my way to get this money. Don't fuck with me today. You know what I'm saying? See a cop and automatically it's like, bruh, not today. I bought vet plate. I bought my vet plates, my ID, everything says, veteran, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? It's certain shit that I guarantee you that every black veteran or every black man out there does just to attempt to soften that blow because we don't want them problems.
Yep.
But it's not enough.
No, it ain't enough. It'll never be enough.
All right, so now what? I ain't watched it either yet.
Which
one?
Video. Jacob or George?
I ain't watched the video, man. I don't plan on ever watching the video. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got my own experience. I've literally seen this shit firsthand. I've seen this shit replayed firsthand. And I continue to tell people, when I tell these stories, I'm not telling a story and saying that police are all bad or white people or racist and none of that, because in my context of telling you the dozens of fucking encounters I've had with the police, there were quite a few white police officers came to my rescue. I would probably not be here today if it wasn't for white officers. I'll go on record and say that shit all the fucking time. Every time, if you've ever heard me tell a story, every time I told you, yes, I've had bad encounters with police. Yes, I've had bad encounters with white police officers. Yes, I've had some racist shit happen to me. But there are 2 or 3 encounters with white officers, probably, and I'm damn near 98% sure that at least one of them, the one specific one, the reason I'm still able to walk and talk and, free to this day.
Right.
So no, it's not a race thing. Nobody's saying white people, no.
That's why I say
But
cops.
That's a double standard. But
cops.
Again, even in saying cop, people automatically assume you saying racist shit.
But fuck them. Like that's why I'm mad, man. They can suck my dick. That's how I'm. That's why I say when I tell my like most of the encounters I've had with police been like fucked up. And I've been stopped a gang of times, black, white cops, and it's always been fucked up. Never good. Never good, yo. Never. So my reality, I ain't had no good cops pull me. Oh yeah, I'm just literally a couple, like literally. The rest been on some fucked up shit.
Man, you know these niggas.
I'm talking about Chicago. You see where I'm from? Chicago, yo.
Yeah. 79th, around 79th and Stony. You know these niggas almost killed me over sunflower seeds, bro. Think about that. Sunflower.
We was at the White Castle, yo. I got stories of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Pulled us over, and they must have thought I was trying to swallow some crack or some shit, but they damn near killed me over sunflower seeds, bro. Sunflower seeds. Still don't know why they pulled us over, because they let us, once they realized, gone. Sunflower seeds. Now, again, spin it how you want to, do what you want. I can tell a handful of stories, and anybody on here,
I got a book.
Anybody on here want to come on
book,
tell their side or talk to, or whatever, and explain some shit, man, I'm there.
And the most messed up one was like it happened with my oldest son with me. So he get to see it. Like I don't just be talking like I'm literally minding my business. I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? Illinois plates, Dodge Charger on twos. That's all it took. Not unregistered. I don't know, yo. Like I got a handful, bro. None of that good.
But you still a thug. As soon as you conceal carry, they find. Matter of fact, if license and the rest of that shit, understand and put this shit in perspective. Fuck all that shit that you talking about and what I'm talking about, veteran and otherwise. All the stuff that we talking about and the reasons why we are and all shit don't matter. You have a weapon on you. Your license. You out. The first thing that comes out of somebody's mouth when you get shot is, "Well, why were the police called?" Never. The police were wrong. Never lock them up. You know why? But anyway, what's understood don't need to be said. Ox, you're saying exactly what I said episode 1, and I continue to put out there. The NBA is a prime example of what I mean when I say hit the fucking pockets, separate. The NBA is absolutely doing it. And if the NBA is indicative of what the United States is supposed to be and do, you're supposed to understand, or you're supposed to hit them and understand your worth. And what I said before, force them to the fucking table. FedEx don't move. Amazon don't move. McDonald's don't fucking move. None of this shit move without minorities. And with the minorities and us being pissed off are the handful or couple handful of white people that understand and ride with us. The shit shut down. Call it what you want to, but if the players don't play for the NFL the same way the NFL should have done when Cap was kneeling, that brings and forces them to the table. What we're not doing, I don't know how many times I got to repeat this shit. What we're not doing is forcing them to the table. Only thing we're doing is begging. We're going out here, we marching and we posting and we doing this and we doing all this, and the fuck they doing? They laughing. They adjusting the fucking rules as we go. They pacifying the situation, but ain't no legislation, ain't nothing out there, ain't no moves being made to construct black fucking businesses and put black wealthy people in office or in black wealthy people out here, period. What we have is a couple of rich niggas, Jay-Z, LeBron, so on and so forth, Oprah, rich niggas. We don't have wealth. These motherfuckers got richer in the pandemic. I'm going to say this again, wealthy. We don't have them. We don't have them. Yet we make the money. And I'm not saying it like we're the only ones, but let's call it what the fuck it is. They're wealthy. These motherfuckers damn near doubled their money in the pandemic during this shit.
You see where old boy at for Amazon? I know his name. Did you see where he at, yo?
The first, right?
Yeah, the first.
All right. That's it. Now, I said this shit before, and some people don't agree with me, but do the math and really look at it for what it is. If Jerry Jones, who is not on that list, can spend a bill on a stadium without taxpayers' money straight out of his pocket, he didn't break a sweat. He didn't worry. He didn't ask nobody. He spent a bill, didn't break his pockets, none of it. He spent a bill on the stadium. And LeBron ain't worth the bill yet. I can do the math. It's no different than a motherfucker owning a plantation and giving you the house in the back. The nigga don't even live in the stadium, bro. Imagine building $1 billion stadium. That ain't even your house. That's work. That's an investment. You're able to do that. And we're talking Jerry Jones here. We ain't talking about Jeff Bezos. We ain't talking about Bill Gates and all the rest of them.
Oh, crushed ass Jerry. Yeah.
So now, if you look at our leaders, the motherfuckers we're looking to, the Jay-Z's, LeBrons, the Oprahs and shit, to say something, do something, and, you know, create some Puff Daddy, you know, bro, they don't have that money. We're never getting that money. Who don't understand that this shit is rigged?
They don't even want, like you speak of like Puff. You remember when who was they talking about trying to get the Panthers or something? They laughed at Puff, dog.
Bro.
they laughed at Puff like, huh, never.
Jonathan, if you just tuned in, what I'm saying to you is we're playing a rigged game. When we have not acquired wealth, we have no wealthy leaders, no wealthy minorities, nothing in the U.S. When we're dealing with the game and why people feel so adamant about the fact that we are inferior and we're just going to continue going on business as usual, but when we stop, shit stops, you got to bring some shit into question. How much are you actually fucking worth? What are you going to do with this head start? And what I'm talking about is legislation, right? So if we're talking about leaders and you're talking about the rest of this that's going on and all this and whatever, they're bailing out businesses every fucking chance they get. I can't even tell you how many times I've seen on the news during, and this is 10 years and 10 years going, 10 years running, how many times the government bails out these businesses and they say it's good for the economy or they don't want the economy to collapse and so on and so forth. All right, you can do all that, but you can't build or distribute reparations or build a wealthy black business. I'm not necessarily even talking about a handout. But I am well aware that if you can bail a fucking business out, you can build communities, you can build businesses, you can do a lot of shit. There's nothing on the agenda for black people. Let's call it what the fuck it is. There's nothing there for us. Vote. And the candidates around, wildly enough, say what you want to, vote for who you want to. Wildly enough, the candidates that we have first running, Biden and Kamala, were damn near against us. But that's our choices for now. That's a whole other subject, story, and whatever. But let's call it what the fuck it is. So we maneuver every day with the idea that we are inferior. Meanwhile, we can shut down a whole NBA television broadcast that trickles down to, you know, papers and news and networks and everything else. It's the fucking domino effect. Got to get together. That's my point. Yeah. At some point, got to get together. Till then, we're going to keep getting on Facebook every fucking day. And we're going to keep waiting on police officers and the judicial system and everything else to give us justice. And one day, it ain't going to be protesting. One day, it's going to be niggas in the street with ARs. And they're going to gun us down. Whole military. We're going to be all kind of thugs, all kind of everything else. We're not going to be heroes. We're not going to be aspiring police officers. We're not going to be given the benefit of protecting our neighborhoods or what they said with Buddy as, oh, he was protecting businesses and all that shit that came out. It's none of that.
Yeah, that all that shit was funny to me. Well, it ain't funny, but you know what I mean. All that shit was funny to me too.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I mean, them dancing around that shit saying.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Yes. Call it what it is. We are absolutely sitting back here with the tough face. Like, are y'all serious? Because as I stated the night before, you were sitting back zooming in on a fucking picture talking about he got a knife in his hand. It looked like a knife to me. Oh, it's sunglasses. Well, why is he walking to his car? You hear every excuse in the book. and tried to find every reason, so much so that forget the reason they were called out and everything else. Y'all dug into this man's past to justify why he was shot 7 times in the back. Forget subduing him, forget tasing him, forget hurting him, forget arresting him, tackling, all the rest of that. Y'all
All of that.
man in the back, point blank range, 7 times, and a whole community of people out there said that's what he get. Fast forward 24 fucking hours later, a hero's born.
A fucking hero. That shit wild.
And again, we're not
that tells me a lot.
Aspiring cop. I'm sorry, aspiring cop. Same shit as him.
He's watching all. He was here
Watch,
washing off graffiti. This is your killer. He's wiping the walls of the filth from you guys. I'm like, oh, hey, all right, man.
What the one guy?
He's a fucking punk ass criminal. He's too young for Illinois, Wisconsin.
They deserve to die or something that they shouldn't have did X, Y, and Z or something.
If y'all was you talking about the chief of police out there?
I guess.
Basically said that whole shit right. Like basically said I could play it if I find it, but no, he basically said if we had a curfew in place. So basically, if y'all wanted out there, he wouldn't have to bring his illegal AR out here all the way from Illinois. That's that whole shit. Like you literally say where the kid is from in that same sentence. So what the fuck is he doing coming all the way from Illinois to out there with an AR at 17 years old? You literally said the guy's age, I think, too, in that whole press conference.
Damn,
so every reason that you should just lock him the fuck up and denounce him, you still fucking sideways praising him up here.
Listen, like I said, the phrase of the week, year, whatever, is moving the goalpost.
Yeah.
They're allowing people to kick fucking field goals and get their points and shit across, only to then move it when we do the same shit. We've said this shit with the KKK versus the Black Panther Party.
Mm-hmm.
We've said this shit with sports. It's little shit. So, same shit with sports. Why the fuck do I have to be a thug and detrimental to the team when I'm yelling, but a motherfucker like Tom Brady is passionate? Y'all do this shit so effortlessly. It's right there. It's right there, the double standards. It's right there.
They know.
All the shit that goes on in Black lives versus white lives, whenever it is convenient. I could point to the school and shit when they sent that woman to jail for trying to give her kids a better education versus the shit that just happened recently when they gave them probation. I could point to a million different things, and I'm smart enough to understand that there's different strokes for different folks, meaning that there's different judges in different cities, and so I'm smart enough to understand that. But stop fucking playing with me.
Yeah, get that shit the fuck out of here.
Y'all know what it is.
That's the go-to. It's a different judge. It's a different situation. Like, yo, it's all the same fucking system, yo. Like, we know what it is.
All the finger pointing and the whys and so on and so forth, all that shit do is piss people off more, bro. We be really with y'all. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go as far as to say I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 on this shit right here. When I saw Buddy walk into the car and the police pointing at him, I immediately said, "Fuck is you doing?"
I did too. I knew what was coming.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Now, mind you, I understood his posture. I know his posture. You know what that posture is? That posture is what they're missing. There's shit that's said that ain't being said. The posture that he had was the fuck out my face.
Yeah, I'm finna leave. I'm out of here.
I've been there. You're not gonna talk to me or treat me like you're better than me or whatever. And I understand and I understood then. It's the gift and the fucking curse. Because once I reach that point where it's fuck you, you're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to kill me. I understood that. You're gonna have to kill me. I've been there. But the bigger context is it didn't matter what he was doing anyway. It was probably gonna end that way, one way or another.
That's how I feel, bro. Like,
there's only so many times you could say comply. There's only so many times you could tell a motherfucker put their hands up. There's only so many times you can bring a person's a person's record or past or question what they were doing into play. Y'all got all the fucking answers until you in that situation. I've been there. I have been there. I'm talking from first person point of view. You can absolutely do nothing. You can absolutely put your hands up. You can absolutely have your registration and everything in place. You can absolutely make all the right moves. You can absolutely not have a criminal record and still end up locked up in or beat down or whatever.
It's
That's what they do.
and I see you, Breezy, say that. Not
It
that.
was.
He said we got to stop giving them another reason. Yeah, because they already get all the reasons to. So I don't want to say another. It probably is, but like stop giving them like more and more, yo. Like stop giving them easier reasons to, yo.
And listen, while I agree, and I want to be clear, I do agree. You have to. There's trauma there. This is what I'm saying. There is trauma there. You don't need a reason. If I know you're coming, or the police talk to you a certain kind of way, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give you a prime example, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the war, I served. I done my shit. I'm walking through the mall, fam. The mall, Chicago. I want to say it was like I can't think of the mall, but anyway, I'm walking through the mall. A fucking mall security guy tells me some shit like, "Turn your hat." Mall security, dog. I'm looking at this motherfucker like, bro, you ain't moved off the fucking block. You've done nothing. You're not qualified. I fought for this shit. Now, mind you, that may have been their policy. That may have been their policy.
Where was you at? Chicago Ridge or something?
It was somewhere around there. It was somewhere. It was.
I know. It had to
listen,
be that area.
I think about. It's gonna come to me. I'll tell you exactly where it was. Or whatever. It was. It was down. It's across from Walmart, like down 95th, straight down 95th.
Evergreen.
It may have been. But listen. So this is mall security. He walked up to me, and my attitude right away was, "Fuck out my face." Now, mind you, again, he may have been right. That may have been your policies. I took exception to that. I'd rather leave than shop in your mall now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I understood right then and there that I could have turned my head around. I could have done certain shit. I wanted to fuck that dude up, bro. Like, who the fuck are you? And that's how I feel sometimes with the police. Like, bro, you're coming. I've had police officers come to you and talk and so on and so forth, blah, 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 and all this shit, and they understand the same way I understand there's a way to do shit. If I'm gonna have a conversation with you, let me feel you out first. Let me disarm you. Hey, how you doing? How's your day? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I have to do it and I'm just doing it to save peace and be courteous, I know you was raised or should be raised the same way. I'm never gonna tell you, hey man, you know what I mean? Fuck is you doing, or come at you a certain kind of way. I feel like that authority is abused because you are in that situation or you feel somebody's a certain kind of way or whatever. But I guarantee you that if you all right, you good, what's going on here? You know what I mean? How y'all, what's the situation, whatever. Situation starts to calm the fuck down as opposed to, hey buddy, let me see your, whoa, who the fuck, I'm here breaking this up. You talking to me? I'm not even doing shit. So now I am hostile. And I'm sorry, but come on now. Like I said, the body language says it all for me because I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's fucking right.
Yeah.
And they don't have a reason. But again, if you're the enemy, if I look like the enemy or whatever, at this point, if I'm identifying a police officer pulling up as the ops, do I not have the right to get aggressive with it too? Exactly. Aggression is met with aggression. That's exactly my point. There is a fucking way to do it.
Yeah, and a lot of the time, like that's police. Yeah, they do that shit on purpose off top. It's the authority shit too, but they do that shit to know like they already got you marked as whatever they think you are. So all you gotta do is get aggressive back, and here we go. Any kind of aggression. Why you looking at me like that? Like I've heard shit like, looking like what? Like you talking to me, I'm looking at you. Like all right, nothing. That's why I've learned I don't do all that talking shit with the police. I don't come up to me asking me how my day is. None of that shit. I don't say a word. I don't do all that talking shit, bro.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a good encounter. So I had a situation with a family member, and the police were called on the block. They came, whatever. By the time we were done, They were on the intercom, they on the block on the intercom making jokes and shit like that, drove off, no problem. You know what I'm saying? I even hit a police officer pull me and the guys over one time. They were in the right. My guy ran a stop sign.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled us out, white officer pulled us out, so on and so forth. He pulled me to the side, and for whatever reason, I will never forget this. I'm on 107 in Wentworth.
God
For
damn.
whatever reason, he pulled me to the side. You know what I mean? Frisked me, whatever. He's talking to me. I don't know if it was how the conversation was going or, whatever. But the man literally walks up. I mean, like he's in my ear. He said, what are you doing here? It was damn near like a sign from God. I bullshit you not, bro. 107 in Wentworth in the fucking hundreds. He said, what are you doing here? He said, you don't belong here. He said, listen, he literally, he said, you're different. He said, they're going to eat you up out here, whatever the case is. He said, you got to get out of here. Dude, like his words was just, it wasn't, I was a thug. It wasn't none of that. I don't know if it was how I was dressed. We was in a whole red Ford hoopty Explorer, whatever. But he said, hey, what are you doing? He was like, man, listen, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain people that they talk to you as a person, as a man, as a leader, as an authority, or whatever. In that situation, absolutely, probably. I mean, it could have went one or two ways. But I say that to say there are people that understand and have. We see it every day. They have the sense to have a conversation. I'm never going to, as a police officer or otherwise, going into a situation that I think may be hostile and making it more hostile.
Yeah.
That don't make no sense. If I thought the dude was a threat, if I think the situation can escalate, if I think that I may not go home today, the last thing that I want to do is make you more hostile.
Unless you want to be hostile to give you a
Unless
reason
you
to
wanna
fucking
kill
crack their ass, which a lot of them want to fucking do. That's
It's
what
big
they out
business,
for.
bro.
They
It's
out
big
there
business.
for
why it's
that,
big-
to bust
you know
your
why it's big
ass.
I could kill you. I could shoot you, whatever. Get a little fame, get a little notoriety, whatever. Maybe get an award. But that GoFundMe shit is a go right now.
Yeah.
Everybody that follow that GoFundMe go up ASAP.
Yeah. Especially if you're a citizen out here protecting the streets from the, all that. Yeah, that's. I'm telling you, man. He chilling in jail, if he even really in there. He chilling, he living like a king. I promise you.
Now,
While man's is in the hospital, fucking paralyzed from the waist down, is still handcuffed to the fucking bed, which I don't get.
they do need more training, but more so, I don't think you should be a fucking police officer if you're not there to help. It's the stupidest shit ever. It is the dumbest shit ever. What is your purpose? They can't pay that much money. It ain't to get rich. Why are you a police officer why are you a police officer if you don't want to help? Why are you it don't make sense. Somebody make it make sense, especially if you know you're going into a neighborhood that you may. Why is your wife worried about you coming home? What are you telling her or seeing every day if your wife's sitting there thinking that you may not come home? I understand that certain shit happens. I understand that. I understand it. Why are you becoming a police officer? What are you so threatened with and making it worse by going into a situation bitter and hostile and looking at everybody that you got to go see at work every day as the fucking enemy? It don't make sense to me. I'm never doing that. I'm never doing that. There's no way you can't pay me enough to think and go home and say, man, I might not make it home. These motherfuckers are savages. And I seen X, Y, and Z today and I'm going to keep doing it for these pennies on the dollar. The fuck out of here. Yes, I'm going to be bitter.
Man, I don't know, bro. I think a lot of them are there to do exactly what they doing, and they keep getting the fuck off. You know what I'm saying?
John, to your point, this is why we need a new structure. This is why we need a new structure. It's the same with the medical field. It's not just the police. You have to find people that actually want to help people, and like the military, you have to learn to alleviate the bullshit around them so that they can do their job efficiently.
All right.
Nobody wants to. Let me tell you one good thing about the military always attempted to, I'm not saying successfully, but attempted to make sure that your affairs were in order before you deployed or before you went to work. Here's your power of attorney. Here's this. Your bills are paid. This is in order. Let this happen. So all I have to do is focus on my job. Now, same with policing, right? If police have to go out there and negotiate and be fucking therapists and do all that, then maybe they should go to college. Maybe they fucking should go to college. Maybe you should get extensive training and learn some psychological warfare or some, whatever, in order to do the job efficiently. Maybe you should give them a fucking pay raise so that they can enjoy their job and they can go out there and be happy with their fucking life instead of bitter and so on. Change the structure. If their life is on the line, as we state in this pandemic, if you are an essential worker and you are a part of the ecosystem that is necessary, pay them that shit. Pay them. Cause it's fucked up.
Hey, I'm looking at the system too, man. Cause
bam, if my life is on the line, bro. If I feel that threatened, that's a hazard. That's with the hazard pay, right?
Yeah.
Hazard pay. If I got to go in and de-escalate a situation, if I got to go in and be a fucking marriage counselor to domestic violence, if I have to pay him, I'm with that. Pay him. Pay him. Do whatever you have to fucking do, even if that means psychological evaluation or 4 years of college or certification, whatever. Do it. If it fixes the fucking system.
That's what I'm saying. But you gotta get them motherfuckers from them old motherfuckers from the top out there though with that same thinking. That's what I'm saying. I see systems like you come in with all this training just to get thrown in there. I'm like, all right, boy, like I know all this new shit they told you in school, but this shit different. Like, come on, man. You gotta get these old motherfuckers out of there too. Like you got to change all that shit, man. You can do all that school and all that shit you want, but the minute you get there, this motherfucker gonna tell you, nah, that ain't how we do it. We do it like this. And if you don't, we gonna take care of you. Like we see this shit all the time,
and the code that they live by.
A lot of shit gotta change.
When you come in, you're the new guy, and you ain't gonna disrupt this system, and we do it this way. I understand all of that. I know it. We know what the problem is. I'm not here to debate what the problem is or how it works.
Me neither. I'm with you.
Let me tell you something. For all the excuses that go on out there for, the Blue Lives Matter and shit, and cops don't have this and they need this, whatever. Understand something. A lot of them situations that they go in, a lot of them people don't even have fathers. You're talking about de-escalating the situation when you have left a lot of them, or most of them situations out there that you walk into an environment they walked in, you consider them caged animals, and, the public school system ain't enough. They ain't been through no goddamn college. High school, barely made it, selling drugs, so on and so forth, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Depending on the area, right? So you're talking about training versus no training. The person that has the least amount of training is always, I'm not gonna say always, I don't want to say always, but damn near always going to be that thug that you think comes from the hood that's carrying that gun, that has that drugs, that has never been to college, so on and so forth. Most of them don't even, most of them situations out there in them environments, let's be clear. We're well aware that they're fatherless situations. Our background with poverty, a background with ghetto, the background with a lot of that. There is no training for that. The only thing that you can be certain of is the police have always been the opposition. But again, don't take the job if you're not trying to help. It's simple. It's really simple.
Yeah, it is.
It's really simple.
It is.
Not just for the sake of you going home every night, but I just don't want to go to no job that I hate and see people that I hate. I don't want to do it.
Or let alone that shit, but that I'm fucking frightened all the like.
Bro, that don't make sense.
I'm not gonna go do shit if I'm fucking afraid to death. I'm not gonna be there, bro.
There's no way I'm going and getting out of bed or wondering. Listen, I said it before, right? So if as black men And Quince, you know, I watched you grow up. We grew up together and shit like that. Trail, we worked together. Ox, I barely know you. Terrence, you know I know you, but I guarantee you, everybody on here, Jason was in a couple of them situations with me. I can guarantee you, we all got horror stories. All of us.
I could write a book, bro.
Horror stories. I would love to hear from the women on here, black women, white women, whatever. What's it like? I'm sure they harassed the fuck out of y'all in a different way. That abuse of power and again, my point of this shit when I say I'm pissed off, bro, I said this shit before. I truly feel over fucking whelmed and this sense, like this heavy fucking feeling every day, because I understand that if I don't make it home, they're gonna look and they're gonna say he was a supporter of this, or he played Call of Duty all day, he was violent, he everything but good father.
Oh yeah, they gonna pull your music up.
Honorable discharge, so on and so forth. My job is not to disarm the police, man. That's my whole point. My job is not to pacify you and make you feel fucking safe in the grocery store. I can't walk around with I'm not a threat or, you know, whatever. Mind you, in today's society, if I put Black Lives Matter or hands up, don't shoot or any of that shit on there, I'm already a threat. I can't even post it on Facebook without being in opposition to certain white people. Or a race baiter or whatever, you know.
Race baiter. Yeah.
It really is the year of stupidity.
Throw the whole shit away, yo. For real.
Tab, are you saying you've been pulled over and never experienced the horror stories? I believe it if you say that. I believe it and I appreciate it.
I think she's saying white privilege up front is what I'm thinking. How I take that statement.
No, I said, well, what I said was I'm sure all of us have horror stories, and she said not me. White privilege has been proven. So she's basically saying
I can't see the picture. So she white?
Yeah, Tab. She was on here with us.
Tab. Okay. She changed the profile pic. All right.
Yeah. She be thirst trapping.
She changed the pic. All right.
Yeah,
all right. I didn't know. My bad. What up, Tab?
But yeah, all in all, like I said, man, it's. I'm being honest, man. I'm being as honest as I can. You've never seen me come on here and say kill police. You know, none of that other shit. I got in trouble one time when true story. I posted, and it's probably still on my page, and I'll find it. Could have been. I posted a picture, probably around, I don't remember the time, but anyway, I posted the picture, and it was of a black man killing a police officer, and the caption of the shit was, "It don't feel good, like it don't look good." I got so much hate. But that was my point. Like, this is just it was an illustration.
Oh, yeah.
It was an illustration. You were so triggered by a black man killing a police officer that you got mad at me, but I have to get on here every day and be fucking quiet and chill when I'm actually seeing this shit?
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. What are you doing? They words.
Anybody want to come on here? I'm serious. I dropped the link right now.
Yeah, anybody, yo.
I'm really like I'm really done talking.
I got the link on my clipboard. Like who wants it?
I'm trying not to become that dude that says shoot fucking first, get home safe the way that they do, preach that hate. I'm really trying not to go there.
Hold on. What?
Trail, they tried to do it. They tried to do me like that, bro.
That's wild.
I sat there. That's let me give you, I'm gonna say it again. Police rolled around in my car, bro. They rolled around in my car. Jason Polk was there. Maurice Cobb was there. They beat the shit out of Maurice.
Damn.
In front of his house. Everybody that drove past, they pointed guns at him. They told him to keep moving. I found myself saying, "What are y'all doing? Stop it." call the police, and then I realized that this was the police doing this shit in unmarked cars. Jason, I believe, was still in military uniform, straight from Iraq. We had took him shopping to get clothes. His clothes were in the back.
And that shit meant the fuck, huh?
His shit was in the trunk. They grabbed the clothes. They drove around in my car. They handcuffed me, walked me to the back, and the big Mexican police officer came back and told me after I watched him beat the shit out of Reese, he said, you next, and laughed. I positioned myself in that car to kick the shit out of him if he opened that door, because and I knew, I said, when I kick this motherfucker, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill me. I knew it that night. I'm watching it. They're gonna kill me. And I'm literally watching them drive around while I'm in the back of the squad car, in my car, laughing, joking, ha ha, he, unidentified. Take me down to the precinct, lock me up against the little bar against the wall. These fucking officers came in there and they dropped all these weapons in there and laughed and walked out. So to your point, Trail, I knew what was gonna come after that. My heart sank. I said, they are not finna pin no murder on me, dog. What the fuck was I gonna do? I'm locked up. Now I'm guaranteeing you they're gonna say these weapons are mine. And if they need fingerprints, what the fuck am I gonna do?
They got it. Hey, some dirty motherfuckers, man. Straight up.
Bro, and I'm talking after serving in the military, still no police record. Jason, you know what I mean? I'm nice cars, so on and so forth. I'm seeing all this shit. So I knew what it was, but that's why I say a white officer, no bullshit, white officer who's seen it all go on my kids, came in, unlocked the cuffs, walked me out the front door and said to me, he said, I will not be a part of this. I didn't have my car. I didn't have none of that shit. All I could do was walk down the street and ask people to use their cell phone so I could call somebody and get some help for Jason and Reese. Still don't have my shit. You know what I'm saying? T, before you get on here, you need to be stationary. We ain't gonna have all this Blair Witch Project shit, bro. I see you, bro. You're not gonna be on here Blair Witch and my pod, bro. I'll tell you that right now. So get situated. But yeah, all bullshit aside, like I said, I said, and I always give context. If you saw me in the news, kick that man. And I know I didn't give y'all all the details. There's really nothing else to give y'all. That was what happened. I picked Jason up from the airport, straight from Iraq. I was straight from Afghanistan. Reese, a childhood friend, was with us. We got food. We went shopping. We parked in front of Reese's house. I had a nice car. Rims and shit like that.
Oh yeah, you slanging
that night.
You slanging, boy.
Unmarked car. It wasn't a police officer that pulled up. Matter of fact, the one detail that I would tell you that I miss is he was sitting on the block looking at us, and I asked Reese. I said, Reese, you know this car? Because it was Reese's house and another house on that block, and Reese has lived there for years. I said, do you know this person? And he's like, nah. So I went and asked him if they need help. True fucking story. I said, hey, you need help? The motherfucker pointed a gun at me, and this is when it all kicked off. I said, yo. Reese never said, yo, what's going on? I said, yo, he got a gun to me. He got a fucking gun to me. And that's when all other police came out and all the bullshit started. And Reese, true story, Reese said, man, it's that bullshit. Body language just like that. It's that bullshit. They beat the brakes off of him. And I'm knowing if I kick this cop, they're going to kill me. They're going to call it assault and so on and so forth. I'm knowing if you see these tattoos, you see me and everything else, and they want to pin a story on me or say I'm doing this, that, and the third. It ain't a person out there that was going to say I didn't do it. My mama might have. That's typical, right? Yeah. Let's call it what it is. You see me on the news, the benefit of the doubt is not there. That war vet shit and all the rest of it, it's not there. It's what they said it was that day.
And they wouldn't even use that picture for you, yo. We wouldn't even see that shit.
I know that. They're gonna
use the pic from that night.
And I'm gonna continue to say this shit. I wish I knew the cop's name. Fucker saved my life that night. Walked me schooled out there. And I made eye contact with a couple of the officers. One black, bald head motherfucker. that started the shit off. The one that pointed the gun, I made eye contact with him as I'm leaving. That cop walked me out of there. I can't tell you why.
Well, he got all kind of Scooby snacks patted on the ass after that shit, I bet.
Fam. Again,
what up, Kevo?
In my Deontay Wilder voice, to this day, I don't know why. To this day, I cannot tell you. What up, T?
What up?
What up?
Anybody else listen? Like I said, man, I'm pissed. The situation, and I'm giving these contexts because people make it so fucking black and white when you're talking. But you have to tell me what I'm saying or what I'm doing or why these stories continue to exist if they're not true. And what the fuck are we supposed to do? If I can just be doing nothing and be a criminal, what the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Anybody else got any other testimonies, any other solutions, any other that? Come on. Please, white, black, whatever. Invite your friend. If it's a motherfucker that's on here don't agree with me or what we're saying or Black Lives, come on, state your case.
That's what I really want right there. Is the other
I
side.
just want to hear it.
I need answers.
What up, T, man?
Man, I'm gonna just say this: this is a real sensitive subject for me, just based off of things I dealt with growing up, coming from Richmond. It wasn't a tough. It wasn't every day. Some different, some other bullshit. And so to see something like this, and I'm not gonna sit here and say, like you said, all cops aren't bad, but in my eyes, if you watch and you see some shit go down that ain't right, and you don't say nothing, and you uphold that brotherhood shit, the same way everybody want to tell us, oh, we should hold each other accountable. Fuck that, hold them accountable as well. If your brother,
absolutely,
but that's the thing though, they don't. It's a brotherhood. It's Blue Lives Matter.
It's not. That's the fucked up part about it. Brotherhood, bro. It's again, understand what I'm saying, because even with the Blue Lives shit, even if you go to the patriotism and shit that's out there, it's a specific image that they have in their head when they do this and they say these things. Because when you talk patriotism, you're not for some reason referring to me and my guys that have served. That patriotism is only to the Pat Tillman or their fathers or whatever. So when they say disrespect to the soldiers and the flag and the U.S., and they're not referring to me. They're not referring to you. They're not referring to Santana. It's the context. That brotherhood shit, it only goes so far. The brotherhood shit and an outline of it is clear. It's always pointed at the thugs, right? The thugs. You're a thug. They can't be that. When you're talking welfare, Section 8, unemployment, how often do you associate or do they associate that with trailer parks or white people or none? They don't.
Never.
The poverty, it's white people with poverty. That's not what those things are associated with. The baby daddies and the broken homes, they're never associating the negativity with. Matter of that's not what happens.
But see, that's the fucked up part. For example, you look at some of these cities that's predominantly white. You know they got Section 8. You know they got baby daddy, baby mama drama.
Right.
But they don't talk about those. What they talk about? They want to talk about South Central. They want to talk about Watts.
That's my point.
They want to talk about Chicago.
Yep.
And that's the rhetoric that I'm so sick and tired of hearing and seeing.
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. When you start to realize that certain shit is just, it's a context. I've said it and I used it 1,000,001 times. It's okay for you to watch Westerns where these motherfuckers are shooting everything up. It's okay for John Wick to be out there. It's okay for all this shit to go on and Wide Earp and Boys in the Hood is bad though. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can't move the goalpost. If you're gonna watch a fucking city, town, Western with horses and fucking hats tilted and and shoot first pile and all that shit and bang bang. Same with hunting. If you're gonna sit here and glorify shark fishing and deer hunting and then kill and crucify Mike Bigfoot because it's a different animal and shit, something really wrong with you in your head, bro. I'm not saying none of it's right. I'm saying that you can't pick and choose when it's okay. You can't. What this dude want, man? What you want?
How's it going, brother?
What's up, man?
So, I think we've interacted enough now for me to be able to ask you this.
Stationary, bro. You gotta be stationary. Go ahead.
And you answer this knowing that I'm not coming out of here to like incite, some kind of disagreement. Just want to be educated. So, hold up. I'm going to sit down real quick. All right. So, two things that I think about all the time when it comes to this stuff. One is, do we ever take into account the way we approach cops? How many times have we seen videos? Man, what you pulling me over for? I didn't do nothing. Everybody's a lawyer when they get pulled over.
White people don't talk to them like this. Is this your black voice?
What?
Is that your black voice? White people don't talk to cops any kind of way?
Oh, no. I mean, everybody.
Okay.
Oh, no. I ain't no black voice. I'm just saying, that's everybody. And I'm just saying, like, as a society, the fact that we approach cops like this when they're coming up to our cars or whatever else not, it just doesn't seem to pan out right. Because if that motherfucker wasn't wearing a badge, and you wouldn't be talking to him like that if he's got a pistol on his hip.
Okay, so to answer your question, yes, if you approach me a certain way, I how do I put this? It doesn't. All right. So I've said this before, right? So I've had people, not police officers, that go to that brother card or, hey homie, can you pass me this? And the anger in you, because you basically just called me a nigga, the anger in me automatically goes to, I will fuck you up. The man in me, I ain't gonna touch you because I know I will fuck you up and I know the consequences. So what you're asking is, yes, certain people have that restraint. Certain people do have that mechanism that says, all right, here go, so on and so forth. What I'm telling you is, on the days that I've been pulled over, never once have I talked to the police officers. Wow. Out of a dozen times, I have never disrespected a police officer and came at them sideways or gave them the fuck is you pulling me over shit and all that. Never gave them that rhetoric. But the fact is, even without doing that, even with good insurance, even with a good job, even with a good background, I was still nigga. I was still a suspect. And what they did after that, you would think I had robbed a bank. So what I'm saying is now, instead of asking, what did I do to make the police officer do that? I'm saying the next time, instead of me being handcuffed in the back and my feet here knowing that I'm gonna die, if I shoot first, am I wrong? That's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, I can't keep disarming you and not going home. I can't keep pacifying your fucking scared ass because you want to elect to do a job voluntarily and you don't feel safe. If you feel the need to disrespect me, if you feel the need to approach me as if I'm not an NBA player, NFL player, a mayor, a governor, a preacher, a pastor, because I've seen this happen to a preacher on the side of the road, a pastor. If you feel the need to be intimidated by my skin, don't fucking do the job, and damn sure don't approach me, because all that's gonna ever do is cause more conflict. So while police do have a hard job, we acknowledge this. This was the point of me pointing out that I have served and I recognize. The second I landed, the hardest part of that was recognizing that I'm not in control. If they want to kill me, I can't identify they will fuck me up, and there's nothing I can do. My only options at this point is shoot first and go home or elect to quit. But I stuck it out. I'll take it a step further. How dumb is it to be at a fucking guard shack or guard entrance point in Afghanistan with a fucking mirror looking for a bomb? Think about this shit. I'm a soldier in Afghanistan with a mirror looking for a bomb under a car. Guess what? If they ignite that fucking bomb, I'm dead. I have a choice. I can shoot first and then have EOD go out there. I can elect not to do this shit. I'm not going to or, just do my job to the best of my ability. Guess what? I made it home, luckily, blessed and whole nine, because I did my job. I didn't kill nobody that wasn't supposed to be killed, and I move on with my day. But you're about police officers that go in knowing and feeling that they have the authority and they're already scared and armed up for what?
Right. And you know, like you come from the same place that I come from, and you know, or similar anyway, similar area codes. And you know, Woodridge. I don't know, you know, if Mike, if you
Woodridge
know
is the
about
worst
Woodridge
for
and
black
whatnot.
people.
Well,
Woodridge.
I'm familiar.
Hell,
I'm from Chicago, so I'm pretty familiar.
well, I mean, I grew up on Armitage and Pulaski. I'm not from Woodridge, but I
Gotcha.
spent my high school years there. That's how I know
I stayed away from
Dwight.
there a lot.
But the the thing that I noticed is like these cops, man, like at least from what I've seen in Woodridge, Bolingbrook. I mean, I never ran into cops in Shy that were, you know, if I did, you know, I was dirty or something like that. But they all want to come up with the chest out. Like we don't know they have a firearm. Like we don't know, you know, that they meet it. They meet you with aggression, and that's like when you said, you know, aggression will meet aggression. I totally understand that. Two motherfuckers are in the street screaming and yelling at each other. It's a countdown to when it's gonna get violent.
Hey,
You know, I let one of them stop.
Hey, so listen, you remember the courts at James, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that might be how we met.
You remember summer of '99? I think it was like '99. But do you remember what they did to us and why?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I haven't thought about it in that long, but you know what? I do.
Listen, I'm gonna give everybody here a prime example of what I mean. Woodridge, the city of Woodridge, we used to play ball on James. Basketball. Dylan, not gang banging. We played basketball. Do you know we literally woke up one day and they had turned all of our courts inside out? They took full court rims. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Two courts, full court rims, moved them inside the half court line, faced them out so we could not run full courts no more.
Right.
So listen.
How about when they took the nets and the backboards away for how long too?
Oh man.
Bam. So
Trick
this
in the
is the
book.
kind of shit I'm talking about. This is the kind of shit that I'm talking about because now we're peacefully chilling, playing ball, doing what kids do, playground, so on and so forth. What are we supposed to do after that point? And I'm not saying it's an excuse, but the message that was sent was what?
Hey, what's up, man? Can I say something really quick?
Go ahead.
First of all, thank you for your service. You said you served, right?
Yeah, 11 years.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Thank you for that. You know, I think a solution is I think these police need extensive a revamping of their training, emotional training, de-escalation. I think a solution is we really need a rethink of how our police officers are qualified and the selective process in which we hire these cops. Because I think that's the issue is some of these police officers are not emotionally there to handle a very scary situation, and therefore their first instinct is to
fight or flight.
draw
They
their
can't
firearm and start to shoot. And we've seen instances where there are good police situations where there have been guys asking to be shot, and they're not. You know, like walking towards police with knives and stuff, and it's handled properly. And then we see these situations where a guy gets shot 7 times in the back, you know, just the other day. And so I just want to say, I think our police force really needs to be rethought of. We really need to get new training, new measurements.
And like, listen, what I can tell you is, as somebody that cares about people, I don't want to be a cop. Now,
it's a hard thing to be in.
I have after my military service, the clear indication was security, police officers, so on and so forth. I signed up for 2 things, and I went through the training: correctional officer, and then I was going out for fireman. The correctional officer shit, I said, after I made it and everything, did background check, done and all that, you know, physical fitness, all that shit, passed it, I said, this is not what I want to do. And I knew and I identified right then and there that I did not want to do it because it just wasn't something I wanted. I would have just been doing it for the check. I didn't want to do it. The second thing was firemen, and I talked to a fireman, and they said, hey, man, man, we see people on their worst day too much. Death, they get called out, you know, fires, side of the road, so on and so forth, and this shit you take home with you never forget. I just came back from the war, army, so on and so forth. That ain't what I fucking want. I said, you know what? I don't want to be a fireman. And I'm saying all this to say I'm diagnosed PTSD just like a lot of the people that's on my timeline. And to have the know to know that that's not for me, money aside, I know they do too. Don't do it if it's not for you. It's it's not that hard. Nobody put a gun to your head. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. Nobody's making you, bro.
Let me ask you this though: how many cops across America do you think we really need? Not how many do we want, but how many?
I don't know. I don't know, and I'm not even gonna bullshit the question answer.
Whatever. I feel you. Well, it's kind of rhetorical because what I'm trying to highlight with that is if we, I think a big problem is that we need more than we have that are fit to perform the duty. We have more need for the duty than we have those that are fit and willing to do the duty. And that's where we get all these jagoffs that are in it either for power or money or whatever the hell else they're in it for.
You know what? But you know why we, not for nothing, but I think a bigger problem with why we need it is you're feeding into an ecosystem that is lopsided. You get drugs, and you have to explain to me how you get drugs into a community and guns into a community that they have never traveled outside their city, and you keep giving them the worst parts of the world, i.e., from birth. I have to figure out a fucking way. I have to, like, if you can gentrify Chicago, you can come put grass down when the ghetto's there, whatever. You can show them a better way of life. I'm sorry, but I really truly believe that there's no way you can tell me that you can renovate or gentrify a whole city, rebuild it, make it nice, make sure the lawn care comes out there and the schools get adequate, this, that, and the third, and then expect them, to appreciate the neighborhood that they in. What happens is you want that shit to happen. Let's keep them down. Let's keep the ecosystem going because now they're going to do this, they're going to do that, they're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. No, Sheena, don't come on here right now, man. Sheena,
Bring up.
No.
Hey, where the air horns at?
Look.
Where the air horns?
Sheena.
Where the air horns?
Listen,
where
man.
the air horns?
Listen, I guess what I'm getting at is I'm not, and I've never been a greedy person. Never. I've never been greedy for information. I've never been greedy for money. I've never been greedy for none of that. What I do and the shit that I am, I'm more than willing to share and give to you. You have to have certain people in position, and you have to show people a better way than just what they're getting. When you have people that don't give a fuck about or have never seen, I know it's old school. When I grew up, it wasn't grass and shit around. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? We was walking on dirt paths to the store. We were riding our bikes in the streets. It was glass. It was syringes. It was, parks and shit with the, the hard parks and shit. Like you see certain shit and you understand better, you do better, whatever. When you take that away and you continue to kick somebody and keep somebody down to populate your fucking jails or whatever the agenda is overall, you're gonna continue to need these police and feed into that fear. I'm sorry, but I said it before. When you start to take away these jobs and then people get desperate to eat, you can't be mad at the way that they handle that. Because at some point, white, black, or whatever, at some point, you come to grips with, I have to do what I have to do, as opposed to, shit, I filled out all these applications. Should I've done it the right way? Should I've done it this? You know what I'm saying? We all done some shit that we didn't want to do, but it's only, it's natural.
And another side of that, bro, is how can you knock somebody that doesn't want to sit there and work minimum wage and struggle their ass off to get by and look for every little inkling of good in every shithole of bad, excuse my French, to, do that as opposed to bag this up, bag that up, hand it over, make your money. I'm making 5 times what I'd make, and I don't have to listen to some, some other person that's not of color when I'm a colored person telling me what to do. I got to sit there and think about what he means by what he says. Why does he talk to me like that versus why, how he talks to the next person, all that bullshit. I can't knock the hustle. I don't hate on him. If I thought I could get away with it, bro, I'd do the same shit because it's a lot easier.
Well, that's anybody. And again, just even on the level of understanding why shit is the way it is. I said it before. You got to understand that even if I work a good job and I apply for a good job and I get a good position, I'm smart enough and I'm, you know, uh, uh, um, you know, I don't know the fucking word, but I can see the head start that I didn't get. You understand what I'm saying? If I drive trucks, I see 10 white truck drivers, old guys that have been, you know, in that position for 10 plus years. We just learned about, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see the owner, I see this, like, even if you wanted to bag groceries and do the right thing, even if I wanted to go out here and work a good job at a law firm or whatever the case is and do it, I understand that I'm answering to people with a head start and they're looking at me as inferior or insubordinate or subordinate or whatever. And that alone it becomes not about how good I am with a job, or it becomes how much. Obama was a prime example. The motherfucker had to be flawless. I don't care if you like him. I don't care if you agree with his politics. I don't care if you think he did this X, Y, and Z for black people or whatever. He could absolutely never get away with what Trump did. None of that. He could never run and get elected on half of the shit that's going on, even with Biden and so on and so forth. He could not do it.
And I watched this man speak, and I tell you, man, it's like when I hear you and I see you passionate and how you put into it. Obama could never talk like that. How he really feels, it was always someone had to write his speech, and he had to be very careful how he said it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm well aware.
We fought to get a black man in the presidential office, and we can't even listen to this dude speak his heart because he's not going to say what white people want to hear. Maybe he's going to say what white people need to hear.
Here's my thing. Like I said, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem when me pointing out and me voicing, being vocal about the truths. The truth. I'm not saying, I don't get on here and say kill whitey, kill people, hate this, kill. I don't get on. I get on here, I get on Facebook, I say something, or any of us say something to point out the obvious, the facts. These are, I understand there's some bullshit out there. I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware there's bullshit on both sides. I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware that shit can, I know how the pieces can fit, and you can get information from this side because you're over there. So I know how this shit go. I know the algorithm. I'm not stupid. When I speak from my point of view. And I'll get on here and I speak my shit, and the same people that think that I'm some domestic terrorist, violent thug, you know, base rating motherfucker are the same ones that would sit at the table with me, smile in my face, and understand that I would, you know, be the first one to put my life on the line for them. I've seen it. I've seen people invite me into their house. I've seen people, you know, want to talk and you know, the kids call me uncle, or kids, you know, Uncle Dwight or this, that, and whatever. I've seen this shit and then turn around and I'm just a nigga because I went against what you thought I was. I don't know if that was
How could that not break your heart? How could that not break your heart?
Because I'm numb to it.
It's more infuriating than heartbreaking.
Listen, I fought next to dudes in war that I would take a bullet for, and I knew would take a bullet for me. But when it came down to me telling my truth, they suddenly disowned and discredited, or laughed it off, or joked about it and shit. So I don't take shit personal, but I am honest when I say there's only so much that you can see. I'm the person, and I'm gonna switch gears for a second. I'm the person with they say black men don't protect black women, right? I can name.
That shit.
Listen, I can name and tag about a dozen females that I didn't know or met me through a situation where I wasn't letting that fly. That's never been me. I'm never going to allow a dude to disrespect a woman or whatever. I'm never going to do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's the same. If you're wrong, you're wrong in any situation. Male on male, black on white, white on black, woman on female. That's not who I am.
Don't be moving the goalposts now.
But what comes into play is the context of what I'm saying, because you don't like it.
Yep.
Suddenly I'm discredited. Suddenly I'm hostile. I'm wrong. And so, man, bro, it's real. This right here is weaponized. It's a whole fucking threat.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, man, it's making me sick to my stomach. I'm starting to hate my own fucking skin. It's not because of how I am, but it's because eventually we're going to get looked at the same way because, well, I shouldn't say the same way, but with certain prejudices, because you know, all you've ever seen is motherfuckers treating you this way. So when you see somebody that looks like someone who's already treated you that way your whole life, how can you not? You know, I'm raising a son here. I'm trying to figure out.
Because that's my point with the police. If that's all you see, how could you not want to say fuck the police?
Right, for sure.
How can I not have a healthy fear of the police if that's all I'm seeing? I don't have a crystal ball. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Nostradamus or none of that. I can't see the future. If I see police lights, and it's worse when I know I didn't do shit. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's worse now. If I'm guilty, I'll be shit. You know what I mean? I ran that light. It's worse when I know I didn't do shit. When I didn't do shit, matter of fact, let me back up. When I drove trucks, I can't tell you how many times I wondered, because it's police all over. You know, you drive miles and miles. I can't even tell you how many times I've stepped back and wondered. Oh, I'm in the wrong town, driving through. Oh, they finna get me. I ain't making it home. And then turn on the news and see drivers from different companies being harassed for delivering packages.
Yep.
Whole uniform, whole badge. I'm giving you a pack. I'm not, listen, this is the wildest shit.
Hey, whole fucking truck.
I'm bringing you something.
Whole truck, bro.
Fam, how am I'm bringing, understand what I'm saying right now. What about broad daylight in a uniform with a badge, credentials, and sitting there waiting on you to call the police is a threat? Now, if I pulled up in front of your house in an unmarked van and I'm taking from you, I get it.
Right.
Fam, you cannot be that pressed. You ordered the package. You knew when it was coming. You
right.
They ain't know you was coming. They ain't know you was coming, fam.
Right.
So again, all of these situations point to all of these situations when you're black. Like I said, I'm numb. Like I understand that people will turn on me in a second. I understand that a year from now, 2 years from now, if I were to get pulled over and I get shot, they're gonna look back at this and say, oh, he was against he was pro-black, and I understand that this shit is used against me. And it's wild. Because I'm not lying. I'm not inciting a riot. I'm not pushing no race bait shit. This is the facts. At some point, it's gotta be more about or less about playing basketball or doing a fucking job or putting your hands up or obeying some shit, and more about the person. Why the fuck do you feel you're superior to me? Why the fuck do you feel you have an authority over me? What the fuck did I do to warrant you shooting me or pulling your gun? And there's levels to it.
Right.
Hey fam, you always post that status. Woke up black again, dog. That's the answer. That's the answer.
I can't turn it off. I can pacify so much.
My boy, Deshaun Williams, right? We were like 17, 18. He just got his license. His mom's name was Kelly Williams. This is why this is important. We get rolled. They come up to the car with guns because Kelly Williams owned the car, and there was a black man behind the wheel. So no men can be named Kelly. No, it was just, it blew my mind, because once they figured out this was his mom, it was, oh, I'm sorry, que sera. And we're looking at him like, you sorry, man. If I would have itched my nose, I'd be dead, and you're sorry?
Exactly.
But it just,
and that's my point. So everybody, that's where it is. If anybody look at the history. When they say you reach for give me your driver's license, you reach for it, they shoot you. They say you put your hands up, they shoot you. You know what I mean? You don't know. There's no criteria, and I wish people would stop saying that. There's no set of rules. You can not forget all that obey and go home. Forget all that don't distribute. There is no set of rules. Stop doing that. And that's the whole point that's frustrating. There is no set of rules. There is only one rule. You may go home depending on the cop you get. That's it. Depending on what move that officer is in a day, that's going to dictate your future. There is no criminal. Listen, there's criminals been arrested. I understand there's criminals or some shit like that have shot police. I understand the nature of the job. I understand all that. Bottom line is, as a black man in America, if I reach, if I fidget, if I record you, I told you before, I seen the video. We seen the video when the guy said, yo, I'm not doing shit. I'm recording the guy, whatever. And the cop goes, all right, I'm finna give y'all a show.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's like, see?
Fam.
Bold as fuck.
So I get on here and I say that like I went 30 minutes in and it's probably, and I ain't even touched on other subjects. Maybe we'll do this shit Sunday or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, I'm standing here. I'm standing here with the credentials to be able to. I can talk my shit. I can talk my shit. You're not gonna find no dirt on me. There ain't no police records out there. There ain't no shit that I'm doing. I'm living the fucking American dream. I love it for what it is. I'm not an opportunity. I'm not playing victim. I'm not playing possum. The fact of the matter is, I'm sitting here as somebody that's telling you that when I encounter police, I'd be lying to you if I told you my instincts was, damn, where is my shit? Should I pull it? Why do I have to, hey, officer, I got it on me. And mind you, even if I tell them that, hey, hey, officer, I'm registered. I got it on me. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen.
I don't even do that though. I don't even do that part.
What it is, though.
I hand them the card.
I'm just telling you what it is.
I don't say a word. Here.
Meanwhile,
the minute you say that, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got one on you.
And me knowing this, me subconscious, like I said, if I go jogging, I'm telling you from experience, I live in a very fucking nice neighborhood, bro. And I ran and I run and I jog, and there are signs up that say no trespassing, so on and so forth, all around, right? I bullshit you not, because most of my attire is like black hoodies or Nike hoodies and shit like that. Y'all seen me. I post my workout shit, but I'm well aware that there's certain people that probably will call the police on me for, I got my headphones in, I got my hoodie on, I'm running. I shouldn't have to debate whether or not pull your hoodie off, wear bright colors, do this. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Or when I go, I say, shit, you know what? I'm running, fam. I'm running. Let me tell you how I downsize. My watch connects to my wireless Beats.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be as light as possible. I wear army shorts. Everybody that's been in the military know they little shorts, ain't no pockets on except that little one key pocket, right? I walk and I leave the house knowing that I may have to put my ID on me just because you don't believe that I'm over here, or you need some identification. If I'm short, I'm going to jail. But these are things that I shouldn't have to think about just running and walking and going to get my mail and shit. But
in the house you pay for, in the hood that you broke your balls to get to.
You know what I'm saying? So my daily routine cannot consist of disarming you, and you are not on the same page as me as far as disarming me. Like, bro, that's wild to me. It's wild to me. There's nothing that I can do.
So, I want to ask you this other question, because I really, I'd be interested to hear what you have to say, and I'm going to take it to heart just because it's in the nature of the question. So I said to you, I'm getting disgusted at my own fucking skin color. I'm looking at all the way everyone else acts, and, I see they're good folk in all colors and all walks of life. But, I'm starting to see the angle that you're highlighting, and I'm thinking to myself, what can I do to be better? And I'm not just asking this for me, but for anyone who's listening, who may think the same way that I'm thinking, whether it be a little bit or more than me. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing for everybody, and this is no exception to race, none of that. Just be a better person, man. I don't, like I said, I'm on here and I'm honest with myself. It don't matter that you white. It don't matter that he black. It don't matter if she's female or whatever. The bottom line is, you have to be a shitty motherfucker to want to end somebody's life, or love to see somebody miserable, or not want to help. At this point, like I said, I'm honest in my assessments and how I feel. I'm angry to the point where I'm really willing to, I damn near contemplating coming on here and telling my, let me back up. My next business venture, me and Santana already talked about. I'm finna start training my people, bro. I'm gonna get licensed and I'm gonna start training my people. And when I say my people, I mean anybody interested in learning. It ain't specific to whites, or blacks, or whatever the case is. But I am going to take exception in, hey, Brooke, come on, let's go and get you. Hey, Shannon, let's go. Rich, let me teach you this, because I want you to be knowledgeable and I want you to have that. I'm gonna do that. But the fact that I have to is wild. But at the end of the day, it boils down to, I could come on here and preach hate. I could come on here and be furious. I can come on here with this audience or the people I have, and even just in myself, I could load up right now. Santana, let's go marching, bro.
I'm ready.
What the fuck does that do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There is no solution. I understand that this is a time. This is you know, generational thing. It's been going on. I understand that. I'm not naive to racism and so on and so forth. Bottom line is, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you ain't racist. You ain't downplaying shit. You ain't out here, you know, pissing people off or whatever the case is. Wishing death on people. That's all you really can do. That's it. The one thing that I would tell everybody here listening is, the next time you see somebody that look like me, the same way y'all see Buddy, give me the benefit of the doubt. I'm replay this shit. Go back and listen. This is what this shit is for. This is why it's on YouTube. This is why it's on Spotify, whatever. And wait for the fucking facts, because I know factually that if I get gunned down tomorrow on a traffic stop, there are gonna be people out there trying to discredit and blame me.
Yeah.
Gonna blame me. And it's wrong. It's fucked up. The only thing that you can do is start understanding that you're not different than me, bro. Your environment, your situation, your day-to-day, you got the same 24, you bleed the same blood.
We all human.
We all fucking human. You've done
That's
nothing.
the only race that really matters, is the human race.
You had no choice and no decision on where you were born, your parents, the way, your environment, none of that. None of that.
So why hold it against somebody?
How can you? What the fuck makes you?
You're doing it all day, bro. I just don't understand how.
Yeah.
Like you said, how can you?
Like, what the fuck is, what mechanism do you have and operate with that you woke up today feeling that you a god?
That's alien thought process to me. I can't even give you one inkling, one bit more than what you already know, because I don't fucking know.
And that's my point. Like, I don't have the answer. Shit, I would tell you from the bottom of my heart, if I could blink and change the shit, I would. But I'm damn near at the point where I feel like the revolution is gonna be violent.
Very. I'm scared to death, man. I'm talking to my mom and my kids and my wife, and I'm like, man, I'm telling you what, 90 days of protesting in Portland, not a motherfucking thing has changed. I'm telling you, the crowds are only gonna get bigger. Motherfuckers are only gonna get more pissed off as time goes on.
Exactly, because what it is, it's like the analogy what they say. If I, you know what I mean, I got a cup and I say, hey man, T, can you give me a couple quarters to eat or something, anything? And you walk past me and you going, all right, cool. Then shit the next day, damn, yo man, can spare some change, anything? You walk past me, shit. After a while, I'm gonna get so hungry, I'm gonna try to rob you. And that's what's happening. Because you're talking to non-violent people that want to talk it out, that want to kneel, that want to march, that want to protest, that want to do all that shit, right? And at some point, we get to the point where we say, fuck it.
Fuck it.
I'm already there, personally.
That's what I said. I said earlier this week was the first time. That's what I said. Earlier this week was the first time where I was really ready to come on here and preach hate, bro.
And for me, it's not even preach hate. It's not even preach hate. I'm gonna just be honest. What I've seen in life, I'm not marching. I'm not walking in no. First off, I ain't walking down nobody's street asking you to give me what should already be given. Period. I'm never past that.
I was born that way, bro. There's nothing anybody on this earth can award me or give me that I don't already have. I'm never marching. I'm never begging you, legislation, position, or otherwise, for my freedom or equality. I can't do it. I'm not
everything I have, I work for. Period. So if I just like they could go work for it, and it's theirs, and they can protect it, shit, I feel the same way.
Exactly. I ain't
gonna ask you for that.
I can play the game. That's what I've done my whole life. Okay. You told me if I graduate, I could do this. Okay, cool. You said, do this that way. Cool. All right. So this gets you life in prison. I don't want to do that. Or this gets you this. Or this. If this makes me a thug, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm a soldier. I can do all of these things to play the game. And again, it's giving me. I can play the game.
You said something earlier.
I can play the game.
You said something earlier. You said we playing the red game, and I'm gonna give you an example. And you know this story firsthand because you were there. FedEx. How long
was when I say in the trenches, slaving, working, learning. How long did it take? How many people were promoted over me who, let's be honest, did not deserve it? How many?
I don't remember, but I remember your exit. I remember
Listen,
the long
and my
night.
thing is, but
I remember the long night you was on that dock.
like I said, I'm not one of the ones. I'm gonna ask you for what I know I deserve. I'm not gonna. Nah, I ain't doing that. So I knew I worked for that. And then y'all, the way they try to do me, yeah, I make an exit. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you remember who I am. You know, like I said, I'm past asking for permission, and I'm damn sure ain't finna ask for forgiveness because it's like, what for?
Yeah.
I'm 29 years old, but I'm tired. As
Listen,
young as I am, I'm tired.
I said this earlier. I'm 36, and if you don't think it's exhausting to wake up and literally go through a checklist and see the shit that I realize that people can't comprehend and they can't put it in context and they cannot fathom what it means to be black in America. I understand this, but I'm giving you the God's honest truth and facts. We wake up, and from the time I wake up, all I see is the color of my skin being a threat. And I have to constantly double check. I got my wallet on me. Is it up to date? My insurance good? It's over there. Shit. How can I get to it with this? Do I want to put my phone here? Are they gonna see this? Are they gonna pull me over? What neighborhood we going through? Do we want to ride through this neighborhood? Who I got with me? I don't want them to see this. If this happened, if that happened, or shit, we in here. Do I want to do self checkout? I don't want to think I'm stealing it. My son walked in with a toy. Can they see it on the fucking camera that he walked in with it? They think he gonna steal his shit. Am I gonna encounter somebody waiting on me in the parking lot? It's all kind of shit that go on in the day-to-day life that people can never understand and comprehend when it comes to dealing with being black in America. And I'm personally at the point where I was so fucking furious and I was so pissed that I want to preach that bullshit, that hate. I'm not gonna front. Part of me wanted to get on here and say, they not listening. Fuck it. Shoot back. And that's when that's when I realized that this shit is getting out of hand because I'm not that dude. Don't get it twisted. I will fuck you up if I feel threatened. I don't care what your status is. But what I mean is I'm very understanding. I'm very calculated. I'm very methodical. I'm very much within my sanity on a regular. I'm able to control my emotions. There's many times where I said, I know I can knock this fool out. What's the point? I know I could fuck you up. What's the point? What the fuck do I get out of it? I already know it.
Yep.
And the thing is, once people like you and me, same time, once we get to that point and we actually do something, first thing everybody gonna say, but I don't understand why they would do something like this.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Because yesterday it was, what would you do if they did this to your neighborhood and they was doing this? And
moving the goalposts, like you said already, bro.
All right, so now now flip that. You're talking about property. What would you do if they just keep killing you and telling you and showing you ain't shit? Use your own advice. But again, I ain't gonna drag this on, man. I said, anybody listening got anything else, man? We are gonna do it Sunday. I still want to touch on Meg Thee Stallion and black men protecting. I'm serious, man. I got a lot of shit to talk about. I got a lot to talk about, bro. I almost didn't do this episode because it's so monotonous. Listen, it's so monotonous, bro. It's so fucking overdone. And the way we're exhausted, the way we tired, I'm sure other people are too. I get it. But what are the options? Shut the fuck up, let it be, or ride. We can stop.
I'm to the ride point now.
Exactly.
I'm ready I'm ready to roll now.
All of this whole shit.
Y'all ain't listening to shit else. Like, what the fuck else is it gonna take? I know what it's gonna take. Don't let me get to talk. You already know where I'm at, yo. Like,
I'm gonna go get the plane. Where we going? We jump out.
All right.
Mark the location.
Pin it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mark the location. Let's get this dub. You feel me? I'm gonna make shirts. Get this dub, and then bro. But this is my point. Like, when guys like this get to the point where it's done talking, because I said it. I'm very vocal in my shit. I'm not marching. I'm not asking, and I can play the game. I'm cool. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But when we get to the point where we start doing what they just did, starting Facebook groups and hey, meet up here, let's loot, drop the load out, get the bounty.
No buybacks though. You gotta roll to the end.
Shit,
ain't no buybacks.
Ain't no gulag. No gulag. When we get to that point, for lack of a better term, ain't no game. It ain't no game no more. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a game no more. But you know what I'm saying?
I will say this though. I will say this. One thing I wish for the folks who are out there fucking shit up, do express how you need to express. One thing I wish it was a little more organization. Period. My thing is this: in the military, you got generals who make decisions. In the police gang, you got sergeants, you got lieutenants, they make decisions. I wish we had somebody who would make strategic decisions. Fuck Walmart.
I get you.
Fuck Target.
I get you.
Be smart about it.
I'm with you, and like I said, I'm one of those people that watch Buddy walk to the car, and I said, Jacob Blake, I watched him walk to the car, and I said, bro, what you doing? I'm honest, and I will forever be honest in who I am, what I do. I'm never going to okay some shit that I wouldn't do, job wise, life wise, whatever. I'm there with the calculated steps in the move. The problem is you cannot ever tell anybody how to deal with their anger. That's where we're at with it. You can't do it. You cannot tell somebody the way just because you would to deal with their frustration.
No, I'm not saying deal. I'm not saying channel. I'm not saying hold it back.
I'm talking about the whole situation, right? Here's the
okay, yeah.
Here's the synopsis, the end of all this shit, right? There are certain people, everybody has a position. Everybody plays a position. And we would love for this shit not even to be an issue. And we would also love for people to play the smart role or whatever, but that's not life. That's not realistic, right? Same way we're sitting here and we deal with our anger by talking it out, and we've created a podcast or we created shit or we post. There's some people that think that's passive. There's some people that think it's weak. There's people out there that think, oh, you just Facebook, activists and shit like that. While these people go out here and do what I consider the dummy. I'm not looting. I'm not breaking into shit. I'm not burning nothing, but I get it. And the reason why I never talk down on them is because they're doing their part. And their anger and their frustration, whether it's directly related to the murder of a innocent or unarmed black man, or just their circumstances and being opportunists, it's all the same anger. It's all oppression. It's all being pissed off. It's all even if they don't realize it, even if they themselves don't know it, the need to scam, the need to go out here and sell drugs, the need to hate the motherfucker next to you for doing some shit that you wish you could do, or just tired of them, and you know what I mean? All this shit is directly related to oppression and the lack of opportunities. I'm not saying that they can't go out and do better. I've seen it. But as the saying goes, if you know better, you do better. They don't know better. And you see it even in the people that we don't like when they talk. I honestly look at some people like, you just said that? And that's when it becomes real to me that they truly believe, they don't know. Somebody fed it to them and they're too stupid or too passive to do the research themselves, or they don't care enough to learn the truth. And now the result is you're dealing with somebody that said, my father said black people are bad. My father said this, that, and the third. This is what I believe. It's no different than your father wearing a Cowboys hat. Now you're a Cowboys fan and you live in fucking Arkansas. You don't know why. You don't know why you like that team. Your daddy's favorite player was Emmitt Smith. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you love it. You know what I mean? Like, this is shit that's taught. The hate is taught. The bullshit is taught. And if you don't teach them, if you know better, you do better. Certain people have the ability to rise. Other people they're really products of their environment. So when I see people doing this and there's no structure, that's their anger, that's their outlet, that's their opportunity. I'm not fucking up my taxes for no scams. I'm not fucking up my house and my family's or my my son's credit or risking going to jail or none of this shit or none of that for certain. I'm not doing that. Even if it's legit, sometimes it's I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna question it. But I respect and I have the utmost respect for anybody that's going out and getting and trying, because I understand that that's your circumstances. I'm not talking you down. You breaking shit and you doing shit. Matter of fact, if you watch any of these shows, man, politicians watch any of these shows, any of these movies, or watch it, they become corrupt. A lot of them start good and they become corrupt because they need a favor from somebody that needs a favor from them. Suddenly you all fucked up. It's no different.
Cycle, man. A wild
It's a
cycle.
Yeah, you want to make change. You start wanting to make change. Hey, man, I want to change the city. I want to do this, that, and the third. And you go to somebody with a little bit of power that can get it done. They hold it over your head. Next thing you know, you're part of that shit, and you got to do a favor for them, or you're not getting. You know what I mean? Or
now you in it.
I understand.
Ain't no turning back.
Ain't no turning back. This is the cycle. Give and get. Give and take. Quid pro quo. Ain't shit free. Freedom ain't free. You want it, you got to take it.
So,
and that's kind of where we
I thought you were saying like you ready to go take it. I was about to run in the room out and get on plane.
Well, listen, that's what I'm saying. I am. But I've been on here and I told y'all the way that I want to take it. The NBA showing you. It's right there in your face. And they mad about it. And you only get mad at shit, it got a direct effect on you. When it's they mad because shit, you not entertaining me tonight? I don't get no basketball. We not getting no championship. They mad.
One thing I realized is about America. Let's just be real. You want to hurt the white man? Touch his pockets. That's it.
That's a given.
I know white folks who will throw their own mother under the bus. But when you mess with their money, that's a whole different level. You crossing the line. That's unforgivable.
All right, and that being said, all that money is good and the revenue gonna keep clicking, but not without the people that make that shit happen. So, gotta be smarter. We gotta make some moves, some real fucking moves, real moves. The NBA is a good example. Just gotta use that formula and translate it over. That's it. I really, like I said, I really don't have too much more to say about this shit. I'm glad we got the time out of it and the conversation we got out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's out of the way. We can go on to this Sunday podcast and hopefully, because I know we didn't even touch on NBA and we didn't even touch on the effects of it. Maybe we'll get into it. You know what I mean? As far as Kyrie told him not to go in there and shit like that. Like, what now? It's a lot of shit to get into. Y'all got anything else?
Nah, I'm ready for Sunday. I wanna hear about this. I want to hear your opinion about Sunday. So I'm gonna wait for Sunday to come.
Sunday about what? About Meg and them?
Oh man, you already know, because we, like you said, we share the same memes. Like me and you, we talk throughout the week a lot.
I be seeing both of y'all shit.
Yeah.
Look, we talk frequently. I think we talk about 6 times a day.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, just know y'all tuned in and y'all ain't sharing this. Just tune in. We got it. We're gonna do the promo for it, man. That's another heated conversation. But yeah, y'all ain't got nothing else. I'm good to go, man.
Yeah, I'm gravy, bro.
All right. Well, appreciate y'all coming out, man.
Yep. Y'all be safe where y'all at. And all that.
Ooh, 2 hours. God damn. Y'all talk too much.
That was the whole episode.
Game time.
And welcome to Game 7, everybody.
Nice shirt there, boy.
Yeah. Shout out Q. What's your IQ? See you, Q. Appreciate it.
Richie. Go follow Richie $4, man. Find him.
That's hot shit right there.
We out.